to Mexico Beach. Mexico Beach was demolished from Hurricane Michael, but it's making a nice recovery. Lots of new buildings. This is St. Joe Beach. Lots of Dollar Generals down this way. This is a restaurant that my good friend's family used to run. Welcome to Port St. Joe, quaint little town on the coast of the Florida Panhandle. All the teenagers used to hang out on a Friday night in these parking lots. I used to fish here as a kid. They fixed this place up quite a bit, have a disc golf course now. Passing through Port St. Joe, I had to make the first stop on my tour at my good friend Michael Smith's house. His dog doesn't like me very much. Michael runs a YouTube channel called Beach Banger. If you're into fireworks on the beach, he's your man. Check out his channel and subscribe.
Michael Smith here, and if you like fireworks, and if you like the beach, then you have found the right place.
Welcome to historic Apalachicola. Apalachicola sits on the mouth of the Apalachicola River. It's world famous for its oysters. In recent times, the seafood industry has struggled, so the town is switching to a more tourist-based economy. In the mid-1800s, Apalachicola was the third largest port city on the entire Gulf of Mexico. Historic courthouse. The Apalachicola River is a massive river system that empties into the Gulf of Mexico and the Florida Panhandle. The bay is famous for its oysters, its estuaries, and right across the bay is St. George Island. This scenic drive along Highway 98 is very reminiscent of the Florida Keys. Once you arrive in East Point, there's a shortcut road that cuts straight across to the St. George Island Bridge. To the left, you'll see the remnants of the old bridge. It's made up of small islands. These islands hosted a bird sanctuary, and so eventually they moved the bridge. St. George Island is one of those little spots in Florida that a lot of people don't know about. It's very isolated. If you want to get away from people, enjoy a nice beach house, isolated on the beach, this is your place. And they have a nice lighthouse. A couple friends and I used to come over here and surf quite a bit in the winter. I was hoping to catch a few waves while I was here, but I only had a 5/8 fish and the waves were too small. This is not the original lighthouse for St. George Island. The first one was built in 1833 at the tip of the island. The current lighthouse you see now was built from the remnants of, I believe, the third lighthouse that was wiped out by numerous storms in the Gulf of Mexico. This was established in 2008. Onward. Back across the St. George Island Bridge, we arrive back at East Point. East Point's a fishing town that's seen better times, but it's making a comeback with RV parks. Beautiful drive down the coastline here. This is the town of Carabel. Carabel's a nice little sleepy fishing town. Their claim to fame is the world's smallest police station. It's basically a phone booth. Making our way down to Alligator Point and Bald Point State Park. Unfortunately, I ran out of daylight and didn't have enough time for the paddle that I planned. But it's still a nice park to check out at sunset. Years ago, I used to come here a lot with my wife. It's been a nice drive. Now it's time to get back on my real mission of helping Mom get to an appointment. Meet Dakota, my mom's vigorous boxer puppy. Technically, I'm his part owner on the paperwork. After helping Mom with her appointment, it was time to head to the springs. This is the St. Mark's River, fed by a first magnitude spring, the St. Mark's Spring. It's about 9 miles up that river. So we head down Highway 98 and we arrive at the little town of Wacissa. It's always a good sign when you're trying to find a spring or a creek and you see canoe or kayak rentals. There's a couple springs back there that I didn't know about at the time. We'll have to come back to those. Just got on the water and already an alligator crossing my path, and I'm on an inflatable. He's heading right to where those people are swimming over there. I didn't know this at the time, but somewhere down below me there is Taylor Spring. Springhead area of Wacissa River has at least 8 different springs and even more down the river further. First spring we're going to come to here is Log Spring. Supposedly Log Spring's about 25 feet down to the bottom. So as I started out on this little trip, I figured I'd paddle north and make my way up the spring run to Horsehead Spring. Supposedly this is Horsehead Spring. Not much to look at. Terrible visibility, the water was murky. Yeah, I'm not going down there. So maybe I'll go up the spring run a little bit further. As I got into the last bit of the spring run, it got too swampy and it was time to turn around. Barely enough room to turn around. Traveling down the Wacissa River a little ways, I arrive at a spring run called Little Creek. Unfortunately, I did not have enough daylight to paddle up the creek very far. Here you'll see numerous shells in the spring run. About 6 footers. So I had just enough daylight to check out one more possible spring called Wacissa Springs. Fortunately, Wacissa Springs was a little murky and dark. Not enough daylight, not enough lights. I can't see anything down there, can you? Time to head back. You really don't want to be caught out here in the dark. Lots of alligators, little red eyes looking at you in the night. Like those guys. Alligators still here. Well, I made it back to the landing yet. I got a little ways to go. Way up there around that island. Yeah, you can almost see the people up there swimming. Hey, help if I stop talking and paddle with both hands. Yeah, maybe a 7-footer. When I arrived, there were a bunch of people swimming and jumping here, so I decided to go for the paddle first. One more look for Wacissa Spring. According to the satellite imagery, the spring is a little further into the vegetation, and I haven't gone in there in the dark. Time to hit the road and head on back. Please like and subscribe for more eco excursions. Gilmore.